Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to SMU. You see quite a few familiar faces, so welcome back to SMU. For those who are from SMU, my name is Kapil. I'm an assistant professor of marketing. It gives me great pleasure in welcoming Mr. Chiang. He is currently the Vice President Cities at HonestBee. Now, HonestBee is one of the most innovative startups I have seen, which actually, in my humble opinion, really brings very nice value to the consumer in a very different way. Not just simply putting groceries online, going a little beyond that. He's been with HonestBee since 2015 as the Vice President, Head of Marketing, and launched the brand in Singapore, and now leads the Cities initiative. Before that, he worked at HTC Corporation and also spent more than 10 years as in the OEM manufacturing company based in China. He is also an entrepreneur who has had his own social media and digital marketing practice and has worked with almost like the marquee names of retailing like Walmart, Kmart, Best Buy, Argos, and of course Harmon. So without much ado, I would like to welcome Shane. He's one of the few people I know who has complete 360-degree view of what is an e-commerce business. And of course, he loves bikes and traveling. So, stage is all yours. Please give him a warm welcome.
Hi, thank you everybody. So I'm going to kind of walk around and make it really casual and interactive as much as possible. You know, I'm not a lecturer, and I don't think I can be a lecturer. You know, and I always admire people like that, you know, who's able to, go on stage and lecture and get all the students' attention. So just a quick background of what I've done previously, some of the companies I've worked with. Right now I'm in HonestBee for the last 13 months actually since we launched. So change is the only constant in life. It's something that's always happening all around you. It could be at your workplace, it could be society, it could be your friends, it could be family. Things are always constantly changing. And that's one thing that we will always take note of and accept, because life around you is always changing. And that's my kind of like my motto in life, or my way of looking at life in my operations and things that we do, because things are always changing. So in the e-commerce world or in the startup culture that we are in, it's changing at a very, very fast pace. Previous to this company, I was with HTC, it's a mobile phone company, and even though it was 15 years old when I left, we still call ourselves a startup company, a huge startup. And the culture was there. And I wanted to be in some place whereby I can affect change, I can be affecting lives along the way. So change is evident around you. Now there are older cars like this, and with each generation of a new car, something new appears, like you can see on the picture on the right, or from your right, my left, is where they have the wipers, right? Previous generation cars, they didn't have wipers on board, and then it just helped to motivate people buying new stuff. So changing the way you want to shop is what HonestBee is about, what our company do, and basically it's changing how you shop today instead of in the future itself. So the future of grocery, as you can see on this chart by Nelson in their study about how this change will affect growth, and in this study it approaches the millennials, the different types of people looking at buying groceries. Now, how many of you actually buy groceries at home? 1, 2, 3. All right, good. Spoken to a bunch of 20-year-olds in some other location, in some other campus, and none of them buy groceries, of course, because the parents are the ones who buy the groceries. But that generation would be the next generation that will evolve, or be the ones who start buying groceries themselves. So with that, I want to start with a little story. This little story is about us starting with a little dream. These are the 3 co-founders that we have. And the dream became a reality out of the need to create something or build something whereby we can affect, the way we do things. Now, you heard of this word, disruptive economy, disruptive company, blah, blah, blah. Now, yes, we are causing disruption in this field because it's changing the way people shop, right? Basically, the current grocery chains whereby you actually go to the store and pick up the items, it's becoming, difficult over a period of time because of crowd, because of queue, because you have the lack of time. So we're going to change the way you shop, basically by you ordering online through us, and then we having somebody to shop for you, and then getting it delivered to your doorstep itself. Very simple, very basic concept. But a lot of people say that, oh, you are changing the way you shop. you are buying from China or something and bypassing the local businesses. Now that's something that we pride ourselves on. We don't do that. We actually encourage local boutique stores, SMEs to actually thrive and grow. So basically what we do is we actually buy from them and then get their products delivered to you, because some of these smaller stores are not able to have their own online delivery system or be online itself, because it's quite difficult to be a single voice. So we disrupt by being constructive to the SMEs around. So we build businesses, and of course along the way we create jobs for the shoppers, for the delivery guy, and for you, the end customer, you get convenience. Why? Because you have more time with your family. You can buy for your parents. Maybe you've not seen your parents for the last 3 weeks because you're busy at work, but you can actually buy groceries for them so they don't have to carry the heavy baskets or the plastic bags and stuff. So it started with a dream. The main thing that I want to share here is about falling down fast and getting up faster. Alright? I mean the rest I know, but falling down is something where you can do experimentation in a startup. So in a startup place, it's good to try new things, but you will fall, you will make mistakes. But after you make mistakes, the fastest thing you can do is actually to get up really fast, improve, learn from what you made, and then move forward with that. So we were squeezed into a little room in the early beginnings. This is just one floor, and then upstairs as well, we had like 20, 30, 40 people at a time, squeezed shoulder to shoulder on the floor, benches, just working, getting the coding up, getting stuff done, and just getting the work done and pumping out what we needed to do in the early days. And that was just before I joined. And when we launched, of course, we started to do new things. We have fun in the company. We do CSR activities. We went around. We started to create. And then we decided, hey, Singapore is not big enough. The world is our oyster. Let's go overseas. So we started to go overseas to Hong Kong and to Taiwan. And then recently, that's Japan. All right, we have a bee in a mascot suit in Japan. And then, creating, viral marketing campaigns and opportunities as well. Actually, that's me in the suit in Japan, yeah. Because I want to show the Japanese marketers, because they say, oh, you cannot do that, the police will catch you, this cannot do, that cannot do. So they're telling us, you cannot do this, 1, 2, 3. They will say, no, we'll do it. So I say, I'm a Singaporean, a red passport, don't worry if they catch me. I say, oh, I don't know, I don't understand what you're speaking, blah, blah, blah. So I put on the suit, and I crossed the road, so I checked, hey, no police catch me. So I walked back again. So I did that 20 times. Nobody caught us, and it was quite fun. And then we went into Niseko, whereby we wanted to bring our brand, across to other parts of Japan as well. And these are some of our partners and pictures of what we do. And this is our team. Let me see how to. Yeah. So this is the fun stuff I like to do. So this is part of the guys in the company. And we grew, as a team, we grew and we learned, we fell up fast, we get up very, very fast as well. Now, the turnover rate of people coming in and out was also, fast in the beginning days, because people are not so sure, it's a startup, there's a lot of uncertainty. But after a while, as we grew, people started to stay, and it made it their home, and become part of the family. So, a lot of people started to use our products. How many of you ever tried HonestBee before? Yes, okay, thank you. The rest have not. Later on, I'm going to pass you a little card. It's a name card actually, but it has a code so you get some discounts off. Right. So people at Fan Wong try our services, liked our services, actually tweeted about it without us, paying a single cent. And this is our company today. We are in 8 cities around Asia. Right now we are 13 months old. We're going to Hong Kong. We have office and operation in Hong Kong. We have operations in Taiwan and we have operations in Japan right now. And we started doing trial in Indonesia right now. We started doing trial in Malaysia. We started doing trial in the Philippines and Thailand and other parts of Asia we will by the end of next year. So we grew 13 months ago, we were like 30 to 40 people. Right now we're about 220, 210. A lot of engineers, a lot of team guys. This was at an event whereby we had all the city guys come in. So I take care of cities. What does it mean? I basically take care of all the countries. So some call it regional GM, some we call it cities. It's the same. Basically, we say we are partners to the country GMs on the ground. We want to create a culture of growth and change in those cities as well. So this is our moment where time stood still for us, whereby we were highlighted and mentioned by PM during the National Day rally, and we're like, wow, that was like that moment whereby we get all the work that we've done, all the effort that we've put in is really paying off. So the first thing about being in an e-commerce company for us is finding the right customers and actually understanding them. And why do we select groceries, or why do we select what we are doing today? Is because we found that millennial moms, 8 out of 10 moms actually use their smartphones when they're shopping in the stores. So imagine they're shopping in the stores, actually they're using their smartphones to look at the items that they're shopping for. Why? Looking for reviews, checking out with their friends. 51% of them look for relevant receipts, recipes, 51% do price shop, that means they check the prices. Oh, if I buy from NTUC versus if I buy it from Cold Storage, is it the same price? 46% text people to get their opinions. Hey, do you think that Campbell soup is better than this soup? 44% search or read on product reviews online. I do that when I shop for some other stuff. I actually go out and check out the products. 62% of them search for coupon or deals online, and then 70% products that they buy products from online or in the stores to sell. So maybe what you want to do is actually understand the customer's challenges and solutions. And from there, when you understand them, the difficulties and the struggles that they have, then you start to find a solution for them by solving their problem. So people in general spend close to 3 to 4 hours a week on grocery shopping, because it takes you time to get out of your house, to get there, spend an hour or plus to select your items, fight with the queue, navigating around the crowd of people, and then picking your items and going back home. And along the way, you have some food that you can buy along in the supermarket, and you spend about 3 to 4 hours per week. So that's an average of about 2 or 8 hours a year. Now more people are buying for the aged parents as well, because we do see that happening. There's less carbon use as you cut down the number of travels if you're in vehicles or you drive, and of course you spend more time with the more important things in life. Now on the flip side, from the partner's point of view, which is our clients or our NTUCs or boutique stores, they don't feel relevant to the next generation in terms of getting their views. Now, point one is whereby we have a customer who sells meats, beef and stuff like that. And when we partner with them, we have 2 stores, one warehouse kind of thing in Jurong, and another one in the middle of the city. And what happened there was that they were new to it, so they said, they were very skeptical. It was okay. I'm going to, out of the 1 ton of meat that we have, we're going to give you like 300 kg or 250 kg. I can't remember that. And when we went live with them and their site, within a week, we booked up to 700 kg of that 1 ton of meat they have. So basically, they have not enough meat for their stores right now, because that 300 kg is not going to last them a month. So they had a good problem, but they stopped everything, so they put everything out of stock, and then unknown to us that beef, you cannot just, for the retailers, or you can't just buy it off the shelf. You have an auction. So we didn't know about the auction. We didn't know that it takes time for that specific cut, that takes amount of time for the auction as well. So basically, they didn't have that specific cut for the next 2 months. So we were out of stock, but that created a good problem for them. They kind of understood, wow, we sold them out immediately. We brought in new customers because they're the central part. So people in the Tampines area or Jurong area, in the Woodlands area, were not able to purchase the meat because they don't come out to the stores. It's not their travel plan. But right now, they have increased their customer base by 70%. New customers. Out of the blue, out of nowhere, 70% of the new customers are coming to the stores that have never purchased before. And now they have a regular customer base that's increased from that. And now from 1 store, they became 2 stores. Because now they say, oh wow, there's 2 stores, bigger customer base, and they serve a bigger group. So because it's a family business, run by their parents, and never thought about this, before, but this created an opportunity for them, and it opened up the door for the next generation of partners and of course customers as well to build up their business. So one thing is that second point is being agile by direct source products from overseas. Now you see that online, Q10 and so on and so forth, Amazon and all the other guys. Now they're edging out all the local guys. All the local guys in the US, you can see they are losing their businesses to Amazon and all the other guys as well, because they are sourcing from China or somewhere. And of course, you have all your direct retailers, who are sourcing from China, and it's a price war that we did not want to get into. We wanted to, create something whereby it's helping the local partners and create a system. And that helped. and that is proven to work. And we've been, when we started our business, we were just one partner, which is NTUC. And NTUC told us, okay, we do not know who you are, you're new, we'll try you out, and we'll just test you out. So they gave us one store in the beginning, and they said, come back in 12 months' time with this target, and then we'll talk again. It's just a test. Within 2 months, we came back to them to keep their targets. We said, oh, okay, we're going to give you 3 stores now, keep another 12 more months to keep the target, come back talk to us. Within the next 2 months, we came back to keep the target. So there's this cycle, we call it the 2-month cycle internally, and we say that every 2 months we're able to hit targets, which is been so far. Now we have a majority of the stores in Singapore, and we've been hitting the targets. So that gave us the confidence to work harder, gave them the confidence to say, hey, this is working. And of course, with that big brand there, all the smaller boutique stores are coming, oh, your NTUC, big brand trust you means we can trust you. So by association, we kind of leapfrog that opportunity. Heavy investment in technology is something that partners don't want to get into. So basically for our partners, they don't have to pay a listing fee. It's free for them to be our partner, right? It's a fantastic deal. So they don't have to pay a listing fee, it's free for them to join us. And then we do all the marketing and stuff like that. But every time, of course, being partner means we have a partnership model, means we share the revenue. So every time a sale is clocked or done or completed, then that's considered a sale, and that's where we share that revenue. And that help us, and help them a lot as well, because as partners, because they do list their brand with other sites, they're going to pay here 2,000 opening fee, you're going to pay here, then. So at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense for them. And then on top of that, you're going to pay marketing fee here, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't make sense. So for us, we came with this simple way of building this business, and it's worked. And we're very, very fortunate, that we have great partners that support us. In the early days, the first 3 months, like 0 business, and then suddenly it just took off because people just catch on. So the willingness to shop in Asia is growing. All right, likely to try, likely to try. Basically, you can see over here that in Asia, we are the fastest growing, and I think with all the more recent reports, you're going to see how this growth has changed as well. And Asia is like the last gold mine, you can call it, of the world, whereby a lot of the online or last mile business is coming to Asia, from Uber to Amazon to Alibaba to Zara and all those other guys as well. So it's changing. And Singapore has been a fantastic place, an awesome place for us to work in, whereby we get great support from the local government, get great support from, of course, the people as well as the businesses. So business partners are changing their way in how they are adopting us. Customers are changing their way towards buying online. So we have convenience over 40,000 products. Sorry, this has to be changed. It's supposed to be about 60 right now. We have a concierge shopper. So the concierge shopper is like kind of our magic sauce. That person in the middle makes the difference, whereby if you're selecting fresh fish, for example, if you are buying from a direct sale, they just pack it and you just send it to you. They're not somebody really that fresh. But for ours, whereby if the fish is not fresh that day, that's a way of looking at fish, eyes, the skin texture, the touch, and everything. And she'll actually call you up and say, sir, ma'am, fish not fresh today, maybe can I suggest you get something else? So that's an added service that a lot of people may not offer. And of course, after that, we have same-day delivery within the next hour when you get your product. So it's cool, it's good. We have people actually ordering for parties. They get out from work at 6. They made an order maybe 2-3 hours ago, and by 7 o'clock, when they reach their friend's place with the wine, the party stuff, without them going into the store and buying it, basically just go to the party and just show up. Then the items come along the way at 7 o'clock around that time, and then they have their party, they have their own money, they don't have to go and buy it themselves. So that's something that's really, thing that we're seeing happen, because we have feedback from the ground about what we do. Next is the goal that what we are doing. Okay, so the basic goal is creating happy homes, through our services. And creating happy homes is about creating a culture of people spending more time on more things that you find that's more important to you, rather than spending those hours queuing in line waiting for your groceries. Now, I'm not saying that you should not grocery shop anymore. You should. It's quite therapeutic sometimes. You just walk along the aisle, the aircon, and some new items. It's quite fun, and then once in a while you get a free little coffee and biscuits here and there. And it's part of life, right? You just enjoy that. And I enjoy that as well. But I do a lot of my grocery shopping online. And when you have that experience, it gets better and better over a period of time. So it's our site, some of the partners that we have. So the next slide I'm going to talk about is about finding the right stuff, right? Basically, people in the technology that you use, and of course, what you want to get out at the end of the day. So the business, our partnership model, as I said earlier, we're asset-light business. So basically, we have no warehouses. We partner with a partner, so there's always a trade-off, right? We don't ask for listing fee, but we shop the whole store. So in a sense, your store becomes like a warehouse, right? That's what I simply said. And we basically have our riders and our shoppers. So human capital, of course, is a bit much higher, but these are the people that we want to help in the society and creating job opportunities. So our shoppers can be anywhere. We have shoppers who are coming from all sorts of society. We have shoppers whereby one of them actually had a PhD shopper, right? So we actually interviewed her and said, oh, you have a PhD, why you want to be a shopper? He said, oh, because I really need that 4 hours in the transition in life, because I think one of the parents had leukemia or something, and they had to shuttle back and forth, find a proper job that allowed them at that kind of time. And it was quite an interesting story, and that helped us to understand people better, understand our shoppers better, and try to create an environment that's easier for them to operate in. So from a 4-hour timeline, you squeeze it down to 2 hours. That means instead of taking a 4-hour time slot, we give you a 2-hour time slot. Now 1-hour time slot is a bit difficult because of time and a lot of our stuff. Last minute changes we can do that, but squeeze it down 2-hour time slot. So it allows them more flexibility in their hours. So for those who have kids, we allow them to actually bring their kids to go shopping, put in the cart, if they want to or whatever, so they don't leave their kids at home because there's nobody else to take care of the kids at home. So some of them are single parent, which is actually quite a large number, to our surprise. We work with different charities and government bodies whereby the number is actually quite alarming to see that, from us in this business, we actually understand, wow, Singapore actually has a large number of single parent, female more than male, but you have also the male who have single parents and male as well. So that helped us to bridge that gap in terms of society for creating jobs, because there's no part-time job out there that allows them to bring their kid. It's because of danger and right, but because we're in a shopping mall, it's different. There's no danger unless the kid tries to carry back our rice, but there's no real danger. So they're able to actually walk around that. And then of course we have for the delivery driver side. So some of the questions that we always ask ourselves is, what do we, as HonestBee, want our business to be like? We want customers to be happy. We want them to be celebrating our brand. Getting them to actually share about what we do. And what do you, for example, we ask ourselves as well. What do we envision customer relationship to be like? What do we want to be able to communicate to our customers? Now, some people will tell us, oh, but that's already the formula. Why are you reinventing the wheel? We're not reinventing the wheel, but we're changing it, understanding it better, and trying to fit in the gap whereby it may be missing in some other organization. And then, of course, what do you envision your digital and operational aggregators to work? How does that work? Now, we are living in a fast-paced world where data is a key thing that you're going to hear in Singapore for the next few years. We are moving towards a smart nation direction. And one of the things that I want to say is data is going to be the key thing that's going to help a business grow, whether it's going to make it or break it. Why? Because data is the only way to show you what is being done. And one thing about being in Singapore that we're very fortunate to be in is the country is very, very supportive of this. They encourage a lot of us in this field, in startups especially, to get into the area of data. Now, with that in mind, of course, at the same time, there is a huge lack of data scientists in Singapore. Huge lack. We can't find any. It's so hard to find one. It's like one in Singapore, it's like 1 in 50 to 1 in 70 globals. It's just so difficult to find a person who's a developer. And we talk about developers, we talk about good developers. Not your average coders, but good coders. You can't find them. And unfortunately, a lot of the good ones are from overseas. And unfortunately for those who are from overseas, because their country are in a difficult period of their time. They're not able to find jobs there because no companies would hire them for their skills. So there's like a mix and match. So we had to hire some from overseas as well for coders, to be with us, and they help to lead up and bring up that quality of developers, in Singapore. So we work closely with IDA, we work closely with some of the government organizations to try to promote, data usage. I go on the school route where I talk to schools about, getting the schools to spend more time or have a lot more focus on driving students or creating opportunities for students in this area as well. And the interesting thing is this: I took it, tell my son and say, hey, can you, he's doing his PSLE right now. And I tell him, hey, when you grow up, what do you want to be? He said, oh, I want to do this. I say, no. Look at me, my eye. You're going to be a data scientist. So my son said, what? And I showed him a bunch of codes and stuff, just getting interested. He's like, so boring. I said, but you have to play your game, your Pokemon, all this stuff. Behind that is data that is driving this whole. So trying to psych him up, and I hope that you guys can do the same as well. So, of course, the current technology is always evolving. So to stay current is a very key thing, to stay light. And I think that's one thing that we want to, for us, this is what we always constantly looking at. And of course, revenue and everything else. All right. So the boring basics, of course, proposition, execution, finance. These are the basic stuff that we use as well. No different from any other businesses. But the main thing is going to be around here, whereby you look at customer churn, your cohort, what's your revenue plan, forecasting and planning. I think these are the key things that kind of like it's changing the way we look at stuff. It's changing the way we implement and grow a company. And one of the things that we look at all the time is when we look at data. It's very interesting. Singapore had, from our side, there are in the beginning we had 80-something% women shopping from our side. Right now, we have 53% women shopping from our side. We have a nice number of male population actually shopping from our side. So, and then of course when you go into the deeper depth of the data, that's what do they shop for, right? And it's so clear what men shop for and what women shop for. And some of the men we actually have data that you know that they must have made a mistake when the wife say go and shop for something. You might be like, okay, you shop, bye. It gets delivered at home. Where's my this and where's my that? And then because within the next day of the delivery, he's doing another purchase for vegetables and fruits and stuff. Things that he's forgotten. And it's quite interesting to see that because in the company itself, when we look at the data to try to understand our customers, we laugh about it as well because we say, wow, this is really bad and this is really good. And it is true, unfortunately. And when I shop as well, my wife will always bug me, so where's my tomatoes? I said, oh, yeah, I forgot. What's my this? And then why do you buy this other stuff? So from data, you are able to find interesting items and you can actually promote and push and upsell certain items. For example, a person buying a certain brand of milk. You can, after a period of time, you can actually sync and see that every 3 weeks or 2 weeks they purchase again. You can identify whether the person has kids at home or not. 1 liter of milk for a couple, you take so long to drink. 1 liter of milk that you drink so fast, you have kids or somebody around you that's drinking more, or a family of 4 or 5 or 6. From there, you can actually upsell, push the next brand, or you can push discounts, you can push opportunities as well. So data is key, and it's just groceries. The world out there is huge. There's so many things that you can use data. Hotels, room usage, unused rooms like, for example, halls and stuff. So there's many opportunities. For those who are from the business, your own business, I'm not sure what you do, you could use data in many forms. But to understand the data is another matter, and that's why you need developers to help you. Cohort is very interesting because we look at people sticky. The main thing all businesses today, it's not a secret, Uber, Grab, DD, all this, Gojek in Indonesia, whereby this business is about creating stickiness in their companies. Last time I was on Uber, right back home, and the driver was very excited, telling me, oh, do you want to be an Uber driver as well? We can have this opportunity, blah, blah. They're sharing me. It was good. I was trying to learn a lot. He said, oh, don't worry, I did Uber Poo. So Uber Poo secret is this. You select a certain time, alright, you select a certain route that nobody is going to go on. So instead of paying 20 bucks, I paid like 9 bucks or something on my way home. So usually I will pay 20, but because my route will never be able to pick anybody because I go by ECT. So there's no reason to pick somebody up. So there's a way around it, and I always do that. And Uber will actually discount them back, so Uber is paying. So I heard that Uber is like losing like 100 million or something, in Singapore alone, in trying to get customers sticky. So when a customer is sticky, like myself, I'm a sticky customer, I don't use anything else but Uber, and I'm not promoting Uber here, by the way. I became sticky because it works, app works, service works, and I was very, very, happy because the customer service is fantastic, and then you've got a rating system, 5-star, 3-star, whatever. I wish that NTUC Comfort Taxi has that, and because of that, it's just terrible. But that's what we want to learn and translate into our app experience as well. When you buy certain things, how long do you take? You took 15 minutes the last time. Right now, I want you to be able to purchase your groceries within 7 minutes. And then the next aim is because of the history of items, you have to collect your whole history because groceries are repetitive. You don't buy new stuff all the time. So 80% is repetitive, about 10% when you look for new stuff. So basically, I think, select again, I rebuy the same stuff, we push certain discounts or use on TV, select that stuff myself, and then you will shorten your buying period to actually 3 minutes, for example. So that helps you within 3 minutes of shopping versus previously, as I showed the slide, 3 hours of shopping. You have more convenience in time. You have more time to do things. Watch a Korean drama, for example, or do things that you always want to do but never had that time to do. So 3 minutes versus 3 hours, 4 hours is a huge change. And once you get sticky, you start to use it more and more often. You start to use it for avenues, not just for yourself, for parties, for your parents, for a sick friend at home, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of opportunity. And groceries is something that everybody needs, right? So that's about stickiness, and why I talk a lot about that is because I think that's the key thing in some of the tech companies that we have in Singapore, whereby they are focusing on earning as much for the customer as possible in the first round, trying to break even, which is unfortunately a bit difficult these days. Next is, of course, when you're sticky, your customers become advocate, whereby you go through a journey whereby, through media, through education, all right, and then you get excited about certain things. Of course, you get enticed with certain deals, so you bring yourself through that funnel, awareness funnel, consideration funnel, preference. Then of course you buy, and then of course you have loyalty. So all these, are things that you can use, in that customer's journey. That where will you be at that point in time? So for us, HonestBee right now, where we're at, we're actually here. We're not really here yet. We're actually just between these two areas, between awareness and education. Education is a tough part. Trying to get people to move away from their daily, the way they've been shopping since they were young, to a new way of shopping is difficult. I recently taught my mom how to use WhatsApp, which is good and bad. Now she WhatsApp me every day. Good part is we are staying communicated. I send her pictures, she started learning to send pictures. So she's 75. She started Facebook recently, and then it's exciting for her because she came to her primary school. She found a brand new tool. Classmate friends, and they had get together, recently. Of course, I think like maybe a few of them have gone already. But those that she met, she was so excited. She went, "Oh, I love this Facebook opportunity, blah blah." But so I would teach her all privacy, those that are public, this and that. But that generation, our parents' generation, is the generation that will be the slowest, to use technology. But my kids, who's born with with a phone or tablet in his hands, he will grow up to be the generation that's going to adopt technology much faster. And the sooner a company identifies that and get themselves ready and set themselves up for that, they'll be successful. But if a company is say, oh, it's still a long way away, 5 years away, things can change within 1 or 2 years now. Everything has accelerated, everything is faster, it's not like before. And that's why for any company out there, when you want to do something, let's do fast, right? So you got to get ready, all right? And looking back, we were doing delivery ourselves, when I joined the company. So I joined from HTC, and joined this company, and I was like, wow, okay, great, So we're gonna do a launch event, So we're gonna launch our event. And she said, oh, this is our smaller office. 9 years gonna come. anyway, we found a way we sold the story. We had 30 media show up in Singapore, which like, wow, all our main papers and our bloggers and stuff. We came, they saw the place, they supported, they liked what we did. Very authentic, very new. We were very raw around the pictures, but we learned fast what we improved and what we changed. This, in Japan over here, where I went to Niseko, Japan is one of the, actually the toughest market. Here right now, I hit myself on the head sometimes. Because like SAU, for example, or Yaohan and all those brands where we are talking to them, and these are 300-year-old companies. Right? It's not like a recently set up industry. Right? So their history and legacy is very, very, very deep entrenched. So the young generation that we spoke to is the 65, 70. This is the young generation. So, and that's the young generation, like the VP or whatever, or president. But above the president level, you've got their owners and stuff like that. So when we present to the senior, I've learned this the hard way. Every yes is actually not a yes. They say, yes, okay, everything okay. They, oh yes, we got the deal. And then we went back 1 month later, nothing's happening. And every time on the call, yes. So that was like 6 months ago. So today we are learning a lot of things, and culturally, you learn new things. But adopting of technology, one of the drive was about adopting of technology. So we went to Niseko, not Tokyo first. So Tokyo is actually second. We went to Niseko first, whereby it's a new, it's like a snowy resort, whereby you go skiing, and we had a lot of new supermarkets popping up, and the guys there, the younger generation, the other 40 plus, the younger generation. And when we spoke to them about this opportunity that we did, they said, okay, let's try it. I said, don't you gotta get, sign off by your HQ? He said, by the time I do that, you and me have left the company already. So let's do it. And then I said, let's do it here, let's try it out. I said, don't take a risk here. Let's take a risk. So like, wow, it's a new culture of Japan. And mind you, the Japanese are changing quite fast. The next generation, you're gonna see them starting to work. You're gonna see them down. And so anyway, long story short is we got them set up within a month, signed the deal within a month, what they done, started shipping, started to deliver to the resorts and all that stuff. So that was our trial last year. We're doing it again this year. It's a pop-up because after the snow is, the snow season is over, they actually shut down. That's how they do. One of the convenience store in that location, for example, I can't remember the name, Lawson, right? Not Lawson, I can't remember. So one of them, that particular store in that 3 months of operation is the top earner in the whole Japan. Right? Just 3 months of operation, top earner in the whole Japan. And the way they stock their Starbucks is crazy. And a lot of Singaporeans actually go to Niseko, a lot of Asians go to Niseko. So that's like an example of learning fast. So we learn very fast. Every day in the snow, we were there. Oh, so when we put our items in the box, so we ding dong, the house, nobody's around, so we put it outside on the floor, we left. And they come up, hey, everything is ice cube right now. So, okay, everything turned to ice. So we learned very quickly. So the next day we changed. So it's about getting that fast. And when we did delivery to the house, we did it ourselves, the CEO, founders, a lot of senior guys. So we just went to do delivery every day, every night. And we learned all the mistakes and we improved the process. Just keep improving the process, Right now today, every once in a while we'll do delivery. So if you do an order, if you remember my face, just say hi to me, hey shit, remember you? And we do delivery. And some of the VR outfits sometimes you can look inside, hey, is that you, Shane? Yeah, it could be me as well. It could be any of us. So we are doing that why? Because we want to understand from the customer and how to improve ourselves. So this is actually the meat store that we pull from that I shared with you earlier, whereby we went out the meat. Right now they're of course ordering more. Oh, hi! And over here at the bottom, whereby we select the fish, we collect the ice as well, and then of course we start to build it up. Next slide is whereby people start talking about us. So with HonestBee, I can spend more time with my kids, I was able to use service with my groceries to prepare. So these are things you plug out on the web, so on and so forth. And then the next thing I want to talk about is actually the next trend. Just 2 more slides and I'm done. Right? So IoT, Internet of Things. Right? Internet of Things is about connectivity, it's about how things, and how everything around us is connected. And of course the data part that I talked about, and of course about real-time personalization, personalized transaction. So real-time personalized transaction is something that not many people can do. It's something that we'll get there. A lot of companies are trying to understand how to personalize that one person. It's not about this group of people or that, group of, cohort. It's about you, the individual. So that's filled up with data, that's filled up with things that you collected from around you to personalize those items. So you may not like fish or sushi, but you want to try something new. So there are things that by using data, they can actually predict certain things. Now it's not 100% correct at the moment, but we're getting there in terms of technology. So that's one. Number two is of course homes and, look at Tesla. Tesla is a company that's proven to us and showed us that, hey, electric cars are here and they're going to be here to stay. If you look back 5 years ago, not many people are really thinking about it. But right now, that is becoming a reality. Everybody hoped that they will fail, but they didn't fail. And they're succeeding, and they're improving, they're changing the way we are looking at things and using stuff. And you know that Tesla driving around, it's providing data upstream back to Tesla Corp as well, understanding your route and so on and so forth. Now, many of you carry a mobile phone, right? I believe it's a smartphone. Nobody here in Singapore carries a traditional phone. Okay, one side check. In Japan, they have online sites, all right? So we're there, we say, wow, so many online sites, quite nice. And then when you go inside, it's not really a transactional site. Why? Because on their buying, on their page where you have to check out, is it purchase your item through SMS or fax? So it's not an online purchase. And then cash delivery only. So that's Japan. And that's something that we are learning as well. So one of the things that we look at from a next trend point of view, this is like the next 5 years actually. It's not even 10 years. The next 5 years, a lot of things are changing. You're going to see a lot of the way we use data is going to be very different. And the smartphone in your hands right now, unknown to you, I came from HTC, maybe you know it, right? But I just want to share that even though you have privacy tick, but how many of you actually look through the entire Google privacy, before you say yes, okay, just give me my maps, just give me my this, just give me my email. Nobody actually do. But it's written in a way as well that, I always say lawyers will try to convince you, if not, they'll try to confuse you, right? So if you don't get convinced, you get confused because of their jargon and stuff. So in your phone, it's actually sending a lot of pings up to Google in terms of where you're walking, where you're going. Even you turn it off, it's more the things, right? Now, I want to say in front of the camera over there, that I'm not doing this, but the data that's being collected helps in terms of traffic management. That's why in Google Maps, sometimes you'll see that, hey, the line is red because there's a lot of heavy traffic. Now, if you check, not everybody has their phone on Google Maps, but the data is collecting based on the speed of movement on that particular road at a particular time is able to predict there's going to be a traffic jam because all the other vehicles are slowing down in front, center, back. Now, that same data is also predicting based on Google searches and so on. So all those data is being collected somewhere, all right? Where you search, where you last went, cookies that you have dropped here. So actually you say, oh, I dropped the other side. Yeah, that's what we're right? And that's one thing that's why data is very, very important, because what data is very crucial. So for example, Singapore data, like your medical records, is going to be hub into one central location. This one is confined, I think, into the site. And that data is protected. It's not on the open web, all right? It's on the closed web. So that data is also very important, so that every hospital, I think this was talked about 2, 3, 4 years ago, but I think it should be ready in the next 1 year, 2 years, I'm not sure when exactly. But that data will be accessible for all medical purposes in the future. So that's another form whereby data is it's very interesting and we can get you more information about it. So the insights that we have, which is my last slide for this for today, is allowing the customers to choose, right? And allowing customers to choose is actually a very key quality, because if you take choice away, customers will always want to go into something whereby they can actually choose. If Google suddenly charges you $10 right now per year to be on Gmail, would you want to choose something else that's free? You say, I've done a lot of things, but you'll be actually quite surprised based on the surveys done that people actually move to another platform just because they have to pay, because there are other options. If everybody has to pay, of course, they'll stick with the one that they are So that's something that's also changing as well, because most of these companies are offering free, it's not free, they're getting it from somewhere else. And one of the things that, we, for example, in our company, what we want to offer to customers is, it's not free from the start. You want to buy certain things, there is a certain charge. So we have a concierge fee for the guy who actually picks for you. It's only $2. $2 to run around and pick up your items. You think about it, yeah, no problem. And then the change that you're looking at, that we see customers doing is when they choose certain things, they also like to change. Because human beings are very fickle-minded sometimes, they like to change things, very often. And that's why we offer them the opportunity to change from store to store. Store to store meaning from NTUC to cold storage to maybe something else. Different boutique stores, a few meat stores you can choose from, a few wine stores you can choose from. And then of course the data driving part. We had one of our stores partners that told us that, hey, they got a call to ask whether can HonestBee deliver their items to Hong Kong. So, of course we can't, but that opened up their mind. They actually asked us, so why can't you? Why cannot? So we're like, that's a very good point. Why can't we shop from Singapore? We should go to Hong Kong, for example. So that's something else whereby for that brand, they are seeing themselves, who never saw themselves going international across the ocean, but having the ability to do so, and they're getting excited about it. Kind of refreshes and energizes, and it gets us excited as well to explore possibilities. And with that, I'll end my sharing. Thank you so much. So I think we have some time for some questions. Yes.
Just a quick question. How do you select the shoppers? What was your criteria to select the shoppers?
So we went through a few rounds, in the beginning period, of course we were very open, we didn't know, so we were selecting all kinds of shoppers. And of course, the shoppers have to be somebody that's kind of presentable, basically clean, right? I'm not going to hire somebody who has long finger, dirty nails, or a long last finger with a long finger. And it has to be presentable because you're buying food, you're representing the brand to a certain degree. So we have to be, cognizant of that. So over a period of time we were learning. So we went through a period of we didn't know in the beginning we open up. So we had all kinds of people coming in. Wow, okay, we need to kind of close the door a little bit to understand, get the better kind of shoppers. So over time we kind of changed that a little bit, organized it a little bit. So right now, as of the last 1-2 weeks, it's clearer. We actually list out the kind of shoppers that we are looking for. Basically have basic understanding of English, basically understand, and be able to be mobile, to move fast, because there's a certain time you need to item, because when you look at the next hour, so you cannot be like, oh, I wonder is it this or this? You can't do that. You got to be a bit faster. We have, for example, with a lady, she's 60 plus, retiree, using smartphone for the very first time. So when she applied, because we didn't know, right? So, well, yeah, I'm pretty welcome, So she joined us, used a smartphone for the very first time. So we spent a long time teaching her how to use a smartphone. And then she's like, oh, instead of accepting the order, she canceled the order. Instead of taking the item, she go and delete the item. And she's like, wow, there's actually 2 columns of it. It's quite simple, auntie. So, but we were very patient. We stayed with her, and right now she's our fastest shopper. Because auntie has this memory of ours. I don't know how they do it. This memory, they can tell you, okay, give me over there. Okay, go down. So when we shop as the execs and go down to do our occasional shopping, we are actually very slow. Then we ask, where is it? Oh, yeah, over there, Then you tell us, can you stop bothering me? I'm affecting my time. And she's our fastest shopper. So it's shown us that regardless of age or background, as long as you're patient, things will improve and change. So that's how we select. Of course, we went through a few cycles and rounds of understanding our processes and how we get our shoppers from the beginning to where we are today. Yes, ma'am.
Because you're talking about delivery, so just now you said you have same day, 1 hour delivery or something. That's in Singapore context, right?
All Asia.
All Asia, okay.
Even Jakarta.
Yeah, okay. I've seen your website, in Indonesia, in Malaysia, Thailand. These are the areas that traffic is crazy. So how do you actually ensure this? Do you do it yourself, or is it like outsourced or what?
Okay, so that's a very good question. So basically, what we have is we have a hub model. Hub model means that Singapore is broken up into north, south, east, west, right? But within the north, south, east, west, we still break down further, like Tampines, so on and so forth. So for example, NTUC, which is a brand that you understand. So for example, Tampines in Toa Payoh, for example, you can actually, when the shopper shops or the delivery guy shops, it's within a hub, a bubble. Think of it as a bubble. Now, that's a perfect bubble. Of course, ours is by the roads and stuff. And they shop within a 6 kilometer radius. That means the furthest he can go is 6 kilometers and come back. So that's how we keep timings, tight. And because there's multiple stores, there's many bubbles, so it overlaps. So if you look at a map, we have this map, it's quite interesting. See all the bubbles, how it overlaps. It's like a game, actually. So overlap, okay, every area is covered, okay, that area is not covered. How do we maybe expand that area a bit more to cover that road on its own? So in the past, we learned very fast. We covered one road, all right, which is within this bubble that reaches this road. But these blocks here, none of them can order because it's outside of our coverage. So it's actually just across the road, for example. So how do we mix and match that? So in Jakarta, very good question. So our bubble is smaller. So in Jakarta, we're working Carrefour, and then in Taiwan, we're also working Carrefour, Ultimate, all the stores. So it's the same thing. So we have multiple stores. We work in smaller bubbles, bigger bubbles, just to manage the riders. And this is the same thing with all the other brands as well. I mean, are doing the same thing or similar stuff. They also create them. Now we are not next day. That means next day I can plan out. Tomorrow I can plan a run. We will refrigerate the truck, just go 1 hour. Milk run or those delivery milk in the past, 1 house in the house. Always within 2 hours. So if you order now, right now it's 1:30 for example. The order you're going to get delivery is 3:30 almost. 3:30, 4:30 you're going to get. Hope that answers your question. Something else? Yes. Yes. I think when you have your own online store, you have your own customers, right? And of course, you try to attract new customers. With the value that we have with them is that they also attract partners that may not wanted to shop in NTUC, right? Because we have other stores who along the way, sometimes when we have so many stores, they do that, oh, I do NTUC, buy this stuff, because it's available there versus the boutique stores. And then we are attracting new customers to these. So that helps us to also open the opportunity for NTUC. So for them, I think that allows them or gives them the opportunity to actually expand customer base. So month on month, I think we're doing quite a okay job for them, for us to get more and more of their stores, which is we're very, very thankful of. And at the same time, I believe that their own store space, their own online space will be attracting their other customers. But they don't do 1 hour day. Just next day. So you order today, ours is about instant gratification. When you order food, right, you don't order food like, oh, I'll order food for tomorrow or the next day. I mean, that's for barbecue, but if you don't eat now, no way. So you always order it now. But now with Deliveroo, with Food Panda, you get all your other stuff, except there's no have fun and all this stuff. Yeah, I hope that answered your question. Yes, you were saying.
How much data do you generate and how much will revenue does that data
I can't give you absolute numbers, but in terms of percentage, maybe the other. I think in terms of investment to the data, I would say that maybe about 60-70%. Data is the okay, but because right now you still must understand it's BI at the beginning stages, so it's not automated. It's still, little monkeys like us running in the background trying to get things done. But once it automates itself, the next, because right now we're 13 months old, so there's a period of change for the first year. Year 2 in any startup is whereby they start to identify, solidify what they're doing, you fix tempos and structures, and then year 3 is when you start to allow things to really grow and scale up. So for us right now, we are in a period of growth, we are in a period of really charging forward. So cost-wise, of course, it's a bit more different, a bit more, not say wonky, but the investments in that area, get it right, because that's the foundation and the structure of the whole company. Because everything else, without the data, you can build a lot of marketing guys, you can build a lot of writers, it doesn't make sense. If you just not be solving the problem. But the tech, right?
So, one question, 2 questions. How do you actually get your customers on board in the beginning phase, initial phase? adoption, getting people to use new services. And second question is, I think every startup has actually an issue where if you don't have enough partners, people will not come on board. Then if the partners doesn't see there's enough customers, they also not interested in China. So how do you achieve something?
So I think we were very fortunate to have partners that really stuck through with us in the beginning months, because the first few months really zero order. But the thing is that they paid zero listing fees. So to them, put there, don't put there, no problem. I'm not going to pay anything. There's no outflow, so I'm good. So the reality is that there's no cost involved. But in terms of branding wise, they say that maybe use my brand also good, but they will also fine with it. So I think that's one attraction of partners. Of course, after when NTUC joined, more partners just joined. I mean, like right now we have a lot of the PNG and all those guys who wants to do direct sales, but we told them we don't do that, because if you do that, means that we are bypassing our philosophy of working with SMEs, because they give us the price is much lower that we can make a big cut out, but we don't want to do that because we want to create opportunities for SMEs to buy from. So we buy from them in boutique stores, so they make money, customer get what they want, they pay the brands as well. So it's a good cycle that we should not undercut. Because you start undercut, then you're no different than Q10 or whatever those brands are. Second question that you asked was about how do we attract customers in early days. I think in early days we did a lot of, I think we're fortunate enough to have good coverage. I think that was one. And then we didn't do, if you notice, we don't do a lot of marketing actually, except online. And in the early days we didn't do any online marketing as well. We did a lot of social media outreach. So friends of friends, through awareness. So we spend a lot of time focusing on that one customer who has 10 friends who share with 10 others. And of course, we give some vouchers here and there. We couldn't give a lot because in the beginning part, money is a bit tighter, we didn't have funding and everything. So that was tough. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that in October last year, we got our funding. It's quite interesting, when we want to do funding locally, nobody wants to local startup. There's like 10,000 startups in Singapore, apparently, or something like that, or new companies, right? And when you want to ask for funding to them, like, what? You're just another startup, show me your business model before I invest in you. So it was very difficult. But when we started to shop around, or ask around, and we were very fortunate that some US companies in Silicon Valley saw the potential in us and came in. Now when they came in, then everybody else in the region here started, can we be your friend? There's this Chinese company, any Chinese here? Chinese? Hello, hi. So this Chinese company who is growing huge, and in China, right, there's many of such businesses actually. This is not new to China. But one thing is that the Chinese company they have a lot of money to spend, and they want to invest in us, want to buy us out and everything, and basically they want to bring their business from China out of China into Asia. So, for example, investment like this, start with word of mouth. So I think back to the question of why customers come to us is purely word of mouth, and I believe that our service speaks for itself. In the beginning, it's very, very tough. So if any of you bought from us in the beginning, I actually apologize. We were late. I apologize that we bought the wrong things for you. But we've learned to improve that over time, and we are much better. So I think from that, you will share with your friend if it's good. If it's something that's not good, you're not going to talk to anybody about it. So I think that helps us a lot. Sorry, somebody at the back. Yes, sir.
Sorry, I came to the list. So I just wanted to know what is your so-called primary shopper profile, the ones for the heaviest buyers. Can you sort of find out what's their profile?
The shopper meaning the customer.
The customer, yes, the one who orders.
So profile is mainly women in general. I think in all our countries, it's all women. Singapore is interesting because we have a huge male profile as well. I think we are always on the phone, and that profile is most countries women are 70-something%. Only Singapore is the curious one, 50-something%, 52. Then 58. 58 women are 52. So it's quite interesting. And then for Taiwan, mainly women, a lot of them are women. Men, because I think men because the wife asks the men to buy. And then or the wife uses the man's account to buy. So and in Hong Kong, largely women
we have a nice expat community that buys as well, because I think they're very more frequent. Yeah. So I hope that answers your.
And is there a particular time segment that you find there's a peak?
Yeah, very interesting. 11 to 12 a.m. in the morning. 11, 12 a.m. in the morning, we'll order for delivery to be delivered at 11 to 10 to 12 p.m. a.m. in the morning itself. So 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the morning, we'll ask for delivery between 10 to 12 p.m. In the day. And then you have that cycle of people going on, I don't know, at home, in office somewhere, ordering at about usually lunchtime to about 4 p.m. And all the deliveries is between 7 to 10 p.m. And then between the day, nobody really looks at it. You have a lot of guys. Because we can see people actually just on the side looking at items all around. It's quite interesting, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
How did you arrive at this name, HonestBee?
Very good question. So when I joined the company, I asked the founders this as well. I said, why HonestBee? Because it's quite an attractive name to me. And I like the designs, name card, it's literally popping out. It's not out in your face. I felt that the word honest and be hardworking. It's just two simple words that make a lot of sense. And look at the co-founders. They work like every night. We finish work at I finish work at about 9:10. The founders finish work at 1 a.m. for the last 13 months. And we're also traveling. So I'm every week I'm somewhere else. And the teams are awesome. The Japanese team, wow. I'm very scared of the Japanese culture because they can work until 11 p.m. and then we'll go for some food, and they'll drink, right? Drink a little bit, they'll finish at 1. And then they are at work at like 8 a.m. I'm like, wow, really? 4 a.m. meeting, really? That's very early. So, but they do it 7 days a week. And I'm like, wow, so I'm learning from that. The Indonesian guys are very resourceful. Wow, we talk about change. So one thing is this. Between people in Singapore, people in Indonesia, you can see all the different culture and how fast they move. The Indonesian is I don't know what other people will say, but for the team is we talk about it like 1 hour before. I said, I think about 10 guys. And then the guy disappears. I know where he goes to. I'm like, wow, 20 guys. Yeah, I said, I need 10. Yeah, I scared after the 10, maybe the half will go, then I just have another half there. Okay, good, let's go. So that's how they move. It's quite fast. And then our Malaysian team is quite interesting as well. And then the Taiwan team is very interesting. They're fast growing country. And they go home at 6, they come at 10, and then they have like 1 hour lunch break plus 1 to 2 hours. And we're like, wow, but they hit their target, so I think this year. Their target, and the Taiwanese culture is very, very nice. They're very, what is it? What's the problem? How can I help you? It's so nice. And I'm so forgiving. So I'm like, okay, let's carry on. And they are the same with their customers, and their customers is so sticky. The customers can actually ask the shopper by name, I want this person to shop for me. In their notes, where you can actually put notes that I want, for example, Shane to shop for me. Okay, please don't do that. I want Shane to deliver for you. Special request. Special request. So, for example, they do that, and the shopper actually complies. Okay, I'll do it for them. And it became because that shopper has a way to pick certain fresh items that they like. So that part of the service is like that. Not everybody does it. That's like wow. So that's one part of the thing that we're able to support growing the concierge service. Sorry. Yes, sir. Definitely.
I'm learning about CSR in school, so I found it quite interesting when you talked about in the first few slides being a startup company for barely around 13 months, and yet you guys do CSR. What is it that you do, and do you think that CSR is actually important for a company to survive?
Okay, good question. Actually, the original core of the business was not groceries. The founders actually started a business whereby they do job matching. So basically, match companies to the guys looking for a job and find it in between to match them because there's not many portals out there. And we offer it as free. Unfortunately, companies are very selective. Like, oh, I don't want this person too tall, too short, whatever, education level, blah blah blah. Then the guys who are looking for the job say, wow, I got to go to Jurong, I got to go to Tuas, I got to go to Tampines, so far away from my home, I got to learn new skills, some like machine operation, so it was very, very difficult. So they like the idea because they created that job opportunity to actually help people. So the founder is always about helping people. And that's why people throw ridiculous money at us. We're like, no. The main aim is to protect the business, core business, and it's always about helping people. And then he said, why not I be in control of my own destiny? Means I control this pipe and I control this pipe and put them together and really create jobs. So that's actually how it started. It didn't start with the idea of wanting to be a grocery business. And that's how a lot of us, in the team, we got guys who used to be the head of Microsoft customer service joint company, myself, people from PayPal, people from DHL, these are not junior guys, quite senior guys. And why we joined the company, a startup, is because we believe in helping people. And I'm at an age whereby I'm tired of the corporate race. I just want to do something that's meaningful in life. And I hope to serve my remaining career in this company, hopefully. And it started from actually CSR. And one thing that we don't shout out a lot about is actually we do a lot of CSR activities. We started within 3 months of our launch, we were partnering with different groups. That's why we got to know about all the poor families, the one-room flats, the flats that have no electricity at home, 5-6 kids in the door and the gate locked. The key given to the neighbor so that the kids don't play around or climb somewhere. Neighbor give food to the gate because the parents have to go and work. Right? Because the other parent is in jail. So there's a lot of one-room flats in Singapore that not many people know about. A lot of cases like this. And of course, a lot of different family situations. And that allowed the company, because as a whole, we all love to do this. And if you guys have some charities or whatever you work with, we'll be happy to work with you guys. We work with movies, we work with different Christian organizations, regardless of religion. And that's one thing that we really want to give back to society and help bridge the gap with society itself. And one charitable organization buy vouchers shopping vouchers to the poor family. So I give you $20, $40 to each family. So they say, wow, you do a good job. Then they found when you do the records, these guys take the voucher, they sell it online for $2 less or something, so they can get the cash. Or they take this voucher, they go and buy cigarettes and alcohol, even though it states down there what they can buy, but sometimes the cashier doesn't notice that. So when we were speaking to them, they said, because ours is cashless and there's no vouchers, you order through us, we deliver to the house. You get exactly what you want, whether it's the fresh item. So we did a few projects like this, for example, and help them in solving that part of the problem. So I hope I answered your question. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Maybe last 3 questions and then for the day. Yes, ma'am.
Are you just utilizing first-party data right now, or do you also use second-party data as well?
I'm sorry, for what? Drivers or shoppers?
No, just in general, to look at how the business is moving forward, or look at your customers' preferences, for instance.
We have a mixture of external parties, agencies.
I mean secondary, your second-party data. That's not your own. I mean,
Oh,
a lot of first-party data, right?
of course, we do look at other data as well, to understand the market, understand Singapore. Before we go into Thailand, for example, we want to understand which is more everybody will think that the credit card usage in Japan is high. It's only 2%. Japan credit card usage. In Indonesia, it's very low. It's cash. In Thailand, it's cash. They don't use credit card that much. Even though they keep promoting it, but people don't. Even the Thai high soul is the high society in Thai. They can use credit card anytime, but they don't, because they have the lack of trust because of fraud, online. So a lot of these countries have gone to OTP route, so they have three-way acceptance, so that it allows lots of way fraud. The Manila fraud is one of the highest in Malaysia. So I don't know where they get the data from. Some employee in a bank or somewhere making data, selling data. So these countries are all cash. Singapore is very, very fortunate, very strong in this area. So data like this help us before we go into the market, and that helps us decide what to create or not create, for example, for our tax. So that we're more efficient.
Yeah, I think we in all markets, right? So I think there's different buying behaviors in all different markets. But is there something that's the same across all markets, or it's happening?
Across all markets, we found that for the fresh items, a lot of people buy fresh. We found that in terms of basket size, Japan is the highest. times 3 years. Wow. Okay, and then, for example, in Indonesia, the basket size was much smaller, but they buy a lot. And then Thailand is not yet started. Malaysia is quite interesting as well because it's like constantly, they don't stop. I don't know why, the charges keep going up like that. Japan is interesting because Japan customers are very sticky. Loyalty is number one. And if you serve them well, take care of the customer will stick with you for a long time. And we found that through a referral system, we found that Japanese are able to refer once they find that I trust you, in HonestBee, I'm going to share with my friends. And when they do that, wow, your customers are like, they yeah. So Japan is fantastic in that sense, but to hear the initial last question. If not, thank you so much.
I just
Appreciate it.
short
Yes.
conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Shane, just sorry to interrupt. I actually came from behind. My name is Jeffrey Silver from the marketing faculty. My colleague Kapil introduced the speaker, so he moves me now to say the conclusion. First of all, all the best for speaker. I would say that as myself personally, I teach retailing and other subjects. I teach brand management. And after listening to this, we begin to realize as the teaching faculty how much the borders between the artificial subjects are going to disappear in the next 10 years. What is retailing, what is social media, what is digital marketing, is all going to overlap. And it's because not just of changes in technology, but also changes in shopping behavior. I think one of the fascinating things that we study all these models is to be able to ask, that's where I think I heard the question about data analytics. And if we're really very serious about this, I think it's very important to pursue areas of study in data analytics, marketing analytics, in addition to the traditional media. I remember a group of students came to see me 2 semesters ago, and they said they're going to do a case study called HonestBee. I've not heard of it, honestly. And I said, you sit down in my room and write on the board what's the business model and convince me. And within less than 10 minutes, I said, proceed with it. I don't know what grade they got, okay, but I thought it was a fascinating model, and I keep on reminding them, you need to obviously convince in your data, in your research, about the shopping behavior and buying. So that's what I have to present on behalf of Professor Srini, who is the head of our department, a small token of appreciation to our guest. Thank you, Shane.